Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis l'illogical Canadien, and welcome to something a little bit different. This is a video series in collaboration with Red5478 and Red Rubber Duckwind, my two friends. We are tackling all 9 college football conferences for Division 1 FBS. If you saw Red's channel on Saturday, he posted the first conference, which was the Sun Belt. Today, we are doing Conference USA, a conference that has been plagued with mediocrity if your name isn't Liberty. This is a conference that is just god awful. But let's jump into it. When it comes to chunking heaps of shit, the first thing I can think to mind is Florida International. Like, seriously, this team went completely dog shit in the fucking conference play last season. Mike McIntyre's ass is probably under a fucking molten lava, and just this team is very disorganized right now. But there is a bit of glimmer of hope, because, well, you can't go any further than rock bottom. At 4-8 last season overall, there's still somewhat of hope. But knowing Florida International, they'll probably blow that one up to fucking smithereens. Like, seriously, do you really expect this fucking team to do anything worth a fucking damn? Because I sure as shit don't. If anything, I expect Florida International to not even get close to the top and stay close to the bottom. They don't deserve a top spot, and they're not in a spot to try and compete for a conference championship. They're not there yet. I think a couple more years and a good prospect or two might help you out, but that's easier said than fucking done. Because you have to pray everything going right, and you have to pray on every goddamn opportunity going your way. But that's if you pique interest. And I think that's where you lack. Sorry, Florida International, you're fucked. Jacksonville State, I will say, I am very impressed with you. 6-2 in the conference last year, 9-4 overall. I will admit, you guys did very goddamn good. Wasn't expecting it, but hey, you guys did perfectly well. It seems as though Rich Rodriguez as your head coach was probably one of the better decisions your team has made. No, I'm serious. I mean, dead serious. Jacksonville State has a bright future ahead of them, and it would not be a surprise if they made it to the conference championship this year. They have the potential, they have the players, they have the coaching necessary to do it, but there's one glaring issue that needs to be addressed. Do they have the recruiting pool to be able to get good players for next season? Because if I'm not mistaken, Jacksonville State has a good amount of seniors graduating this year, and they were looking to fill in the gaps. And I would really hope they do, because if they don't, let's just say next season's gonna be rough. But for this season, I mean, you guys look great. Generally, you guys look great. You have the talent, you have everything that you could need to succeed. But now it's all up to you. Because, let's be honest with ourselves, the only person that determines success is you. Now, are you gonna take that and run with it? Or are you gonna come under the fucking pressure? The newest meat on the block, Kennesaw State. Their first season coming into FBS play, after spending the last 10 years or so toiling around in the FCS. They were an independent, mind you. And out of that, they did not do so well last year. 3-6, granted, but will it be enough? They need to prove themselves at the FBS level, and this is their first year competition to do so. Sure, they're playing in a weak Conference USA, but they have a chance to stand out if they play their numbers right. Head coach Brian Bohannon, who's been with the fucking team since the inception of the program in 2013, I mean, he's led the fucking charge for this entire ordeal. The fact he's with the team on their way to the FBS is nothing short of fucking spectacular. It shows what kind of leader this man is. Seriously, and I really do mean that. It shows what kind of leader he is and what he can bring for this team. I think he will do really well, but he really needs to organize his guys. Because this isn't FCS anymore. This isn't the minor leagues. This is the big leagues in FBS. These mean, sure, it's, again, Conference USA, it's, the competition's not as strong, but you got to at least try. I'm sure you guys will be fine. I'm sure you'll rattle off a couple upsets, maybe shock the world. But other than that, I mean, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck and have fun. And now may I introduce you to last season's conference champion, Liberty. Seriously, the only good part about this conference is fucking Liberty. This is the only reason that Conference USA is still somehow a Power 5 conference. That's really not saying much. If they're the only ones really keeping this conference afloat, then I have major disappointment if this team ever goes to another conference, like, say, the Atlantic Coast Conference or the Big Ten or something like that. Because if they do, the rest of the conference is fucked. But they'll be fine. No conference, no divisions to worry about, no bullshittery, just plain old football. Time to make the conference championship. Liberty should, in all intents and purposes, be able to repeat as conference champions. They should, and they have the talent to do so. But the question is, are they going to get in their own way? Or are they going to make things easy on themselves and beat the shit out of everybody they come across? That is tough to tell. But that's also for Jamie Chadwell, the coach, to figure out. Will they do it? I think so. Good luck, Liberty. I just have to ask one question. What the fuck happened to this team? I thought they were one of the better schools in the conference, but apparently not. I mean, sure, you won 2 games last season in the conference. 2 whole games. You won 3 games overall in your entire fucking season. 3. You expect anyone here to believe that you're somewhat formidable? Are you guys fucking serious? I thought you guys were a lot better than this, but apparently you guys just shit the fucking bed. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to make of this, Louisiana Tech? What the fuck are we supposed to make of this? Sonny Cumbie's seat is fucking very hot right now. And I'm surprised his ass ain't fired at the end of the season, pending another disappointment. Which is what I would imagine all the players and fans of Louisiana Tech to fucking expect. Because at this point, I'd be calling for heads on a fucking pike. But, I mean, again, you can't really go any further than ground up. Because at this point, you're just barely standing. Let's get one thing straight. Bordeaux fucking screwed you guys out of that first rebuild for college football 25. But you can't always have it your way. Just like your performance last season. 3-5 in the conference, not too shabby. But you won 4 games overall, including conferences. So, what the fuck do you make of it? I mean, hell, your most hated rival to the north, Western Kentucky, absolutely did fucking better than you. And I really do mean better. Are you really gonna let your hated rivals do better than you? I mean, me personally, I wouldn't let that shit go. But under the new coach of Derek Mason, you guys should be able to bounce back, right? I mean, yeah, different system for the players to adapt to, different scheming, different strategy, different playbook. Everything's different with this guy. But maybe that might work out for you. Maybe a new system was what you guys needed. I can't really make a formidable opinion on you guys for now, but let's just say You guys have some promise. Don't get your fucking hopes up, guys. New Mexico State, I will say, I am very impressed with your team. 7-1 in the conference last year, 10-5 overall. You guys look very stable. You look solid all around. I really do think you guys have a goddamn good chance of making more noise this year. I mean, sure, you have a new head coach in Tony Sanchez, who has been your coordinator for God knows how long. So he's somewhat familiar with your program. So at least it's not like you're hiring someone from outside that your players don't know. So that's a good start for now. What else is a good start is the fact you guys are probably one of the better teams in the fucking conference. Has standards of show. You guys just seem to dominate year after year. I mean, sure, you're not Liberty, but you know what? I mean, you do have a legitimate argument to say that you could beat Liberty if you don't blow it in a conference championship game like you did last year. Woof. But in all intents and purposes, you guys can do it. You guys have what it takes. But the question is, are you gonna put that into motion, or are you just gonna fucking crash and burn? That is up to you guys to decide, but I really do feel very strongly about you guys. Let's just hope you don't fucking blow it all up again. Let's just hope you have a good, decent recruiting class that actually cares about you. Maybe. Just saying. The more I try to like Sam Houston, the more disappointed I am. Like, seriously. A team that you fight with all the love and respect in the world will be able to do something in their right mind. The answer is no. They just cannot seem to get out of their own way. They can't get anything done. And it's just not right. I don't know what more to fucking do with this team. 2-6 conference record, 3-9 overall last year, but it doesn't equate to shit. Casey Keeler's been the coach since 2014, but how much longer till you fire him? Seriously, how much longer do you have to take it as bullshit before you decide, okay, enough's enough, get the fuck out of here? Because I would have done it by now. But alas, I don't work for them, nor do I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, with a coaching change, they could do better. And I really do mean they could do better. But they have to show that they want to fucking be here. Because if they don't, I'm gladly sure FCS will gladly take them. Or better yet, the Sun Belt. Oh god, the Sun Belt. I don't even know if I'd do that to them. But your choice is yours, Sam Houston. Have a play or don't. UTEP, we need to have a fucking talk. And I really mean we have to have a fucking talk. What the fuck was last season? You mean to tell me that you guys just completely fucking sucked? Well, I mean, you don't have to fucking tell me you didn't, because it's clear enough you did. 2-6 in the conference, 3-9 overall. You guys just look like utter ass. You can't even defend yourself because you know I'm right. That's the sad part about all this. That you can't really win more than fucking 2 games in the conference. You guys should have that shit on lockdown. I mean, maybe things will be different with Scotty Walden at the helm, but again, it's like one of those points where I can't give a formal opinion until I've seen more of what the guy's done. But all I can say is it could work out, but it could also blow up in your face fucking spectacularly. I mean, then again, they call you mindless for some fucking reason. Your shit tends to go wrong on the mind. Now, I'm not saying not to be a dick, it just dies. But I guess good luck, UTEP. You're gonna need it. Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers, huh? That's what you call yourself? Well, you did have a pretty good record last year of 8-5 overall. 5-3 conference record is not a bad thing either. I mean, you guys certainly proved that you guys can play football pretty goddamn well. But when it comes to actually trying to solidify yourselves, yeah, I think it's the less said, the better. But it's not a bad thing overall that you guys are at that point. 8-5, Tyson Helton is a great coach for you guys. The system's working for you guys, so if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. But I'm just saying, maybe you guys take that big step this year. Maybe you try to get to a conference championship. But then again, I mean, it's all really up to you. Are you guys gonna really put yourselves in a spot where you guys could win the conference championship and not shit the bed at some point during the season? Or are you gonna do what you always do at some points and just kind of go on a bit of a losing streak and then try to win, but it's like a little too late at that point in conference play? Like I said, it's all up to you. You guys have the keys to your own destiny. But if I were you, I would really, really consider, and then just entertain me, not sucking. Predicting something like the Conference USA is not exactly easy. When you don't have a lot of samples to work with, you just gotta kind of wing it, if you know what I mean. Like, in all honesty, you just gotta try to figure out what works and how each team does. But considering a somewhat changing dynamics of a few teams having new head coaches, it should be pretty interesting to see how this all fares out. But after everything, I kind of feel like I have some decision of who I want in the conference championship game this year. So I think, in the most honest and as much of an informed opinion as I possibly can give, I'm going to say Liberty and Western Kentucky in the conference championship game. How much that will blow up in my face, that will probably be done in a week. Thank you guys so much for watching. So, again, like I said in the beginning, this is all a collaborative series with Red 5478 and Greg Rubber Duckwin. On Wednesday, Duck will be posting the next conference on his channel, which is the MAC, the Mid American Conference. So that's on August 7th. And on August 9th, which is Friday, Red will return with the Mountain West Conference combined with the Pac 12, or whatever the fuck's left of it. As for me, I will be back on August 13th covering the ACC plus Notre Dame. Why? You'll just have to find out then. So, until then, hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the illogical army. Until next time, je suis l'illogical canadien. Bonne nuit et au revoir.